Hi everyone, welcome to Cloud Sprint. The topic of today's video is to expose your web server over your domain name, custom domain. Okay, you can have some abc.com and you want the user should be able to open your web page hosted on a VM, that URL. Okay, how do we do that? We'll try to understand and do that today. To make it a little easier for you, what we are going to do today, so first of all, we have a compute engine where Apache web server is running. Okay, it is pulling the container from Docker Hub automatically whenever it boots up. Second thing we will be doing, we'll be learning how to use cloud DNS, how to use cloud domains. In this case, we'll be learning GoDaddy, so any domain provider. And then you have users. The ask from this video is that whenever somebody opens your website, in this case, it is cloudsprint.in, your cloud domain should send your traffic to cloud DNS, which we will create. And this cloud DNS will have information about your VM where Apache web server is hosted. And that request will be redirected to external IP address. Once the traffic reaches here, it will serve the web page to your customer. That's the whole loop we want to close. There are better ways to do it through load balancer. But since you're learning it, it makes sense to go step by step. I wanted to do this with App Engine or Cloud Run, but one of the subscribers asked me to do this, so I thought why not do it with VM as well. If you're liking the GCP playlist, subscribe to the channel because this is the current status, right? If you're watching it, you're liking it, encourage by hitting like and subscribe button. Since you're learning right now, this is the best possible scenario to learn the services one by one. There is a much better way to achieve this in a secured manner that I'll tell you when we reach that layer, when we are learning load balancers, managing instance groups, firewall rules, everything put together. How do you host an enterprise level application? I'll be showcasing in the upcoming videos of GCP VM. But this is a good starting point that if you have a simple web application hosted on a compute engine, how do you attach that to a custom domain, your own domain, right? Let's get started. To get started, first of all, we'll click on create instance. You can let the default region and zone be. Let me change the machine type to N1 standard one. Now here we need to change one thing. So since we are just going to host a container of Apache, we will be choosing container optimized OS. So it's a very lightweight OS and it has everything pre-installed what we need to run containers. So I'm just going to use it. Click on select. After that, I'll go ahead and click here. Okay, so as a startup script, this container will be auto deployed. So I'm saying that httpd. There are two ways to do it. Either I can push the containers to GCRIO. We'll do that later. But for now, it will go to Docker Hub and pull it from there. No changes here. Just click on select. So what I'm saying is create a VM with COS OS and deploy container of httpd over that VM. Okay, come down, click on here. You'll see the external IP address is so I'll click on it. I'll click a create IP address. I'll give a name as Cloud Sprint external IP. I'll just reserve it. So what I'm saying that I'm attaching a reserved static IP, external IP address, so it do not change when it gets restarted. That's it. Click on done. No changes. Hit create. Now, as discussed earlier, it is creating a virtual machine which has COS operating system and it will automatically deploy a Apache container for me, right? That's the expectation. What we also did, we created an external IP address and we attached that external IP address to VM. Why? We'll use that later. Meanwhile, it is being created. Let's come here and see if we have any IP address created. Yes, here you can see it. What we created is created here. Let's copy this. I'll tell you where we'll use it. Go back to VM instance. And now what we'll do, we'll try to open this and see if it is giving any response. Okay, it is giving the response, standard response from Apache. It works. But I want this behind cloudsprint.in, right? I don't want to pass this IP or expose this IP to external world. How I'll do it, let's go ahead and check that out. First of all, I'll go to menu and network services, cloud DNS. In cloud DNS, we'll create a zone, a public zone. So I'll say that it's a custom domain. DNS name is cloudsprint.in. Okay, so I'll say the zone name is custom domain, DNS name is cloudsprint.in. I'll click on create. So it is saying that custom domain has been successfully created. Configure your domain. Okay, fine. Now I will be adding two record sets. First is the IP address. Okay, as a record type, I'll be adding the IP address. Once that is done, I'll be adding one more. It's called CNAME. In the CNAME, I'll add one more entry for CNAME, www.cloudsprint.in. So I'll say cloudsprint.in. I'll create a CNAME entry. Now these two custom domain I have configured. Now what I need to do, I need to just update the name servers, these four addresses at my where I have booked my domain. So my domain is with godaddy.com. I'll come to godaddy.com and click on domains, manage DNS, and here I have to update my name server. It is using default name servers. Let me change it. Enter my own namespace. So I'll say 1, then 2. We had 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll go back and I'll change this to 2, to 3, and to 4. So I updated. I entered my own name servers. I'll click on save. So what it will do whenever somebody will, okay, I'll say continue. So what it will do whenever somebody opens a domain, this domain name server will directly send the traffic to one of these name servers, which will come to this DNS, and over this DNS we have an A record of this particular IP address, and this IP address is attached to VM, and this VM has container. So how entering a URL will take you to container, that's the journey it has to follow. Now let's go ahead and check if the namespace is updated. So for that, I'll open cloudsprint.in. It's still not updated. It takes some time. Okay, it's already 10 minutes since I have updated the records. Let's go ahead and check if it is updated or not. So for that, I'll say ping cloudsprint.in. Okay, the IP address which I'm getting is 34125.239. So let me confirm if it's the one. Yes. So it means it is already, name server is pointing to the right DNS record. Okay, right A record. Now whenever somebody tries to open the website, it will redirect to this DNS. Okay, and this DNS will redirect us to that VM. Now let's go ahead and try to open the website. Cloudsprint.in. Okay, it's the cache. Let me try this in incognito. Okay, we can see clearly it is not opening. So whenever situation like this happens, you should know that it is due to firewall. Generally it is not getting response. So with this we confirm that there's no problem with the domain side. Okay, domain is successfully sending the request to our DNS record. Now let's go ahead and check what is the difference. So here also we are pointing to the right IP address, so we are good with DNS as well. Now the problem is from DNS to ingress traffic to this VM, that is not being allowed. For that, I'll go to firewall rule. In firewall rule, there's a rule called default allow HTTP. What it does, it says that all the traffic should be allowed on port 80. Okay, port 80, and if it is attached on a VM, the list should be here. So I don't see any VM, which means this particular firewall rule is not appended with the VM which we have created. That's why ingress traffic is not being allowed. Okay, to enable it, what I'll do, I'll copy this target tag, go to VM, click on the instance, click on edit, and directly search network tag. Okay, here I will pass the HTTP server. Let's see if it has got the response. Yes, you can see site can be reached till now. So I'll click on HTTP server again, click on save. Once I save it, we'll again go ahead and check at the firewall level that this VM is showing there or not. Firewall I'll be taking a very detailed session, because that is something very important when you work on Google Cloud. But for now, just understand it's to allow the ingress traffic from DNS to your VM. Okay, here now you can see this VM is instance 1 is visible, right? Now let's go back. Yes, you can see, since as soon as we fixed the firewall rule, it started working, right? So this was the task. This is how you host a container on a VM very quickly, and this is how you exposed it via a custom domain. You can see it's not secure because I have not bought the SSL certificates. That sometime later I'll cover that as well. But when you work for a corporate, it is something you get by default over there, so you can configure that. But for now, this is how you do it on with the custom domain. That was the idea of this session. Now, since we are done with it, I want to save money. For saving money, first of all, what I need to do, I need to delete the VM. First of all, I'll delete the VM. Once I delete the VM, what it will do, release this IP address, static IP address. And the pricing model of static IP addresses are, if it's not in use, you will be charged. Once this VM is removed, we'll go ahead and release that as well. For that, we need to go to VPC network, IP addresses. I'll click here. Yes, it's used by none. So I'll click here, click on delete static address. So delete. This is also deleted. Now I need to delete the custom domain. There's one thing, until these two things are added, you cannot delete it. Okay, you need to remove these record sets which you have added, then only you can delete a custom domain. Yeah, so now you can delete the DNS zone. Click on delete. That's how you should clean up your stuff once you're done with your work. So that's all. So I hope this was helpful and you got the idea that how these all things put together works, right? All right, so that was all. Now, as I mentioned, we have better ways to do it through load balancers. So when we do manage instance group, I'll be showcasing the same thing with manage instance group with different reasons. How do you deploy enterprise level applications, multiple reasons, and without any external IP, to make it much more secure. For that, subscribe, like. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one.